Good evening, crypto traders and investors. Humble Trader here for another Bitcoin market update. Well, guys, it has been a rough one out there today, guys. The market has been rough, as we can see here. Bitcoin led the way and basically wiped everything out. There is very few green on this chart here, guys. It's pretty rough. And yeah, just wanted to go over what all this meant, where things are going, and what we can expect to see over the next few days. Alright, so let's get to it, guys. So here is our BTC USD chart. And as you guys can see, we broke through this pretty powerful Fibonacci retracement level at 0.618. It was looking like we might try to go up from here, but the bulls completely capitulated over the last few days, and the bears have taken the price downwards all the way down to the 200-day moving average, all the way down to the 0.786 Fibonacci retracement level, and all the way down to the $8,000 price level, which is a price level, to be honest, guys, that some people have been talking about for a while now. It gives us a good, 50 to 70% retracement of this crazy bull run, guys, that we've seen over the last few months. And honestly, guys, this is actually a very healthy sign for Bitcoin in the long term. The question at the moment is are we at the bottom? Are we at the bottom of this crazy correction, or are we at the beginning of something more permanent? Not permanent, something more long-term, a longer-term bear market. And yeah, guys, to be honest, I think this is where things start to turn around. Right here, right at the 200-day moving average, right at the $8,000 line. I think this is probably where we're going to see the whales and the big money and everybody that's been waiting for this correction to end to start coming back into the market. Now, as you guys know, it is a fool's errand to try to call the tops and bottoms of these things. This is a game about probabilities, and that's all we got here, guys. So let's take a look and see what the data is showing us, and tell you guys why I think this is the end, and if it doesn't, what might happen afterwards. So the main reason, guys, I believe this is the end of our big retracement has to do with history. And if you guys can see this, if we go back far enough, guys, this 200-day moving average has been rarely touched, but typically, if history is a guide, it is almost the last place price will go before it turns around. A lot of times it will come down and touch this either 100-day or 50-day moving average and then start to go back up. In this case, we're making a solid slide down all the way to the 200. Then we also have this 0.78 retracement level, which is a pretty common trend reversal area. Anything really in this area is pretty common. Getting down here is a pretty healthy sign, guys. It's pretty common. Now the question is this it, or are we going lower? So there's two ways this is going to play out. One is it's going to start consolidating around this area, and let's see, it's going to consolidate around here. We're going to get some chop through here, then it's gonna bounce this way. It's probably gonna make a strong move up here, depending if we can get the volume and the buying pressure from institutional money, whales, the big guns, if you will. It's gonna come up here, come down here, and then try to make its way up back this direction. If we can do something like this, guys, this is the bullish view, this is the optimistic view, this is the view that says this is a trend reversal and we are done with this crazy correction. The pessimistic view, the bearish view of all this is that we actually don't stop here, guys. We actually are going to do something like this. We'll consolidate in this area, or we'll move really right through this area, and we'll go all the way down here to this next support resistance line, and we could go all the way down here, up here, and then downward again. Or if we break through here, guys, if the bulls and all those strong hands cannot hold here, we might get a really strong move downwards. And if it does that, guys, if it goes all the way down there, we might be looking at something more serious than we've been thinking this is, something more serious than a short-term correction, and something more like a extended bear market for the next few months. But hopefully not. I personally don't believe so, guys. I think this is going to be the end of this downtrend. We just need to slow things down. We need to get volume. We need to get strong buying volume in here. Start pushing this price back up. So those are the two plays, guys. Probability tells me that this is probably going to be the end. But who knows? Honestly, who knows? Alright, guys. Also, something I wanted to point out, and you guys probably noticed, when you're looking at this sea of red, something that stood out to me was that while everything was falling, nothing was hardly spared. Ethereum, good old Ethereum, fell about the same amount as Bitcoin, and a lot less than a lot of the other players. Ripple fell 26%, Bitcoin Cash 20%, Cardano 31%, Neo. Yeah, guys. So Ethereum actually held pretty strong, and is only about $50 billion in market cap behind good old Bitcoin. So I'm gonna pop over here, guys. This is another pretty interesting chart I wanted to kind of go over really fast, and a couple of things, guys, going on in the market here. Way back, let's see, back last summer, we had a situation where Ethereum and the price of Bitcoin, Ethereum and Bitcoin almost touched. People at this time called this the flippening, perhaps, the point at which another cryptocurrency overtook Bitcoin. And that, as you guys can see, never really happened, but it got close. And then it broke away. Bitcoin went through its massive rally, and then we reached, the last month or so when we started to see the correction start. And ever since this correction has been going on, guys, Ethereum has been gaining steam, gaining momentum, and now we're at a point where we are within 10% of these two market caps. Pretty amazing. So let's pop over to the Ethereum BTC chart really quick, guys, just to see what's going on over there and what might need to happen for any kind of flippening to take place. Alright guys, so here's our Ethereum BTC chart. Over here, guys, is when Ethereum got as close as it did last summer, right here, guys. And yeah, so anyways, guys, Ethereum is doing something similar this time around. And yeah, guys, a lot of people were kind of expecting Ethereum to make a pretty significant correction. Instead, it got past this 50% Fibonacci retracement level, went down, bounced off the Fibonacci retracement level, and kept going. And actually went all the way up to this 0.236 fib level. It's very impressive. Now the question is, guys, if Bitcoin either stagnates or continues to decline, what is going to happen with Ethereum? Ethereum might be drugged down by Bitcoin. So a couple things might happen. Let's play this out real quick, guys. The bullish scenario of this is that Ethereum continues to be bullish. Once Bitcoin settles down, let's see, Ethereum makes a small correction here and then makes another attempt at this fib level and actually breaks through. Does something like this, and makes a run for the all-time high that it reached back in summer. That is a real possibility, guys, depending on what happens with Bitcoin. The more bearish scenario to all of this is Bitcoin gets its mojo back. People start buying Bitcoin again, either with Ethereum or new money starts to come in, and it actually drags Ethereum back down towards basically the 0.5 fib level down here. We can see something like this. So yeah, guys, honestly, we're just gonna have to see what happens to Bitcoin, whether it stabilizes, consolidates, and starts to make a trend reversal, or if Bitcoin decides to just completely capitulate and head for new lows and back into bear market territory, a more extended bear market. And if it does that, guys, it's going to be interesting to watch what happens to Ethereum. Is there a flippening in the works? I don't know. Maybe, possibly. Alright, guys, those are two scenarios with two different coins that might play out over the time. As always, guys, this is not financial advice. This is merely for educational purposes, something that's fun, and my own thoughts. Alright, guys, have a good night. Stay calm, don't FUD. Humble Trader out. Peace.